Horror is an important category of film history. Most of the horror movie is through audio and visual impact to influence the audience. But there are some directors who use spectral techniques to accentuate the sense of horror. So today, we are talking about The Shining by Stanley Kubrick. Stanley Kubrick was not only a director, but also a screenwriter, producer, and photographer. His films are famous for special set design, unique cinematography, dark humor, and unusual way of using music. The plot of Shining is a man named Jack, who takes a job as an off-season caretaker in an isolated hotel. His son Danny has an unusual ability, which portrays that there's another boy in Danny's mouth. The boy can see things from the past and future. He always warns Danny before danger is coming. Sometime after the family moves in the hotel, they are trapped by a heavy storm, and Jack is gradually influenced by supernatural power, which turns to madness. He then tries to murder his wife and son. There's so many elements in The Shining which affects the viewers psychologically, instead of the usual frightful elements in other movies. It shocks the audience whenever they record it, because the idea stays with them for a while. But Stanley Kubrick is a perfectionist. He would shoot one scene for more than 100 times if he was not satisfied with it. It's unnatural for him to hardly ever have numbers of groups in his movie. In the beginning of The Shining, the family drove to the hotel. We can see the car is running towards the left. However, in the next shot, car seems to be running towards the right, which is strange. When the family visited the hotel, we can see the chef took the family through the big kitchen into the refrigerator compartment. Surprisingly, when they came out of there, the kitchen disappeared. It looks like a completely different room. Adding to all that, the most classic example would be the one where Danny was riding the tricycle in the corridor of the hotel. Stanley Kubrick uses an incredible long shot to build a strong sense of immersion, which makes the audience feel just as if they were also in the hotel. At first, Danny was just cycling around the square hall on the first floor. But after Danny turned right, he was in the front of the door of room 237, which was supposed to be on the second floor. In a similar way, Danny was cycling to the staff entrance on the first floor. After he turned right, there was a zoom of guest room, which is again supposed to be the second floor. This incident, Danny suddenly appearing in a different part of the hotel, made sure there's some superpower activities going on. Additionally, Kubrick uses special effects such as camera angles and lighting to emphasize the sense of horror in this movie. The first shot of The Shining, along with the nerve-wracking background music, makes the peaceful forest and mountain area feels horrific. This sense of fear increases when the camera turns to the hotel, which is located in an isolated mountain area. It gives a scary sense of the seclusion of the normal city life. After the first shot of the film, there's a yellow car going through the forest. The camera, which is on an airplane, follows this car for 2 minutes, then gradually zooms in on the car. However, the camera did not stay trailing the car for too long and moved away once it was close to the car. In this scene, Kubrick wants to highlight this thought of human beings' significance compared to the natural vastness. This camera angle so-called represents God's perspective. There is another part where this film technique is used. When Jack stands in front of the table and looks down on the model of the hotel maze, he also can see his wife and son tracing through the maze. From Jack's vision, his wife and son are as small as ants. It reflects Jack's mind state at the moment. He loses his sanity and wants to kill his wife and child, just like the aunts. When Jack walks into the gold lounge and sits in front of the bar counter, he is entering into the hotel's dark heart. In this shot, there's some bright light on the right wall, which looks like a door that ghosts can come through out of it. Then, in this shot, the light mirrors from the bottom, which is highlighted red color on Jack's jacket and face, more like symbolizing murder and blood. I think the reason that Stanley Kubrick used these unusual components is to let the audience feel the constant terror whenever they think of the movie. This is a significant difference between The Shining and other horror movies. It is a reason why Shining stands out so much and becomes so famous and popular.